Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I'm going to be talking about my 2026 anticipated releases. I'm going to be honest, this is going to be a very short list, especially considering how I DNF'd most of the arcs that I had for 2025. There are very few things that I'm looking forward to in 2026. If you've been here for a minute, you also know that I do not read synopses, so can I actually tell you what a lot of these are about? Vaguely, maybe not at all. We'll see. But most of the things on this list are a part of a series that I'm already reading. I liked the cover, I liked the author, or someone else recommended it to me. So I really only have 5 definite anticipated releases, and then I also have 4 honorable mentions. My first definite is going to be The Call of the Dragon by Natasha Bowen. This is the author of Skin of the Sea, which I did enjoy. It is a young adult fantasy, and from what I remember from the announcement, it's about a young girl who has to either restore magic or like find a dragon god or something, you know, just way too much pressure put on the shoulders of a child because it's YA. It is African mythology inspired, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, the biggest draw for this one was the cover. I mean, look at it. That is set to release on February 10th. I think I did request an arc. I don't think I got a response. Rude. But my next book is set to release on February 24th. This one I did get an arc of, and that is Amari and the Metalwork Menace. This is book 4 in Supernatural Investigations. If you are familiar with this world, in the first book, we're following Amari Peters. Her older brother went missing, and then as she was searching for clues on how to find him, she realizes that he is a part of this supernatural world and that they both have supernatural abilities. Really looking forward to this because I love this series so much. However, there's something that happened at the end of book 3, and even when I read it, in my mind, it's reversible because it simply just cannot be a fact of what's going on in this world. And obviously I'm being vague because it happened in the 3rd book in a series. There's supposed to be 5 in total. But this thing also landed BB Alston on my list of characters that I want to square up with. And so I need him to fix it. If you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. It has to do with a very beloved character in the series, and I need him to fix it immediately. Again, I know I'm being vague, but BB knows what he did. On April 14th, we will get The Art of Loving You by Natasha Bishop. This is book 2 in the Forever Falling series, I believe it's called. This is a sequel companion to Only for the Weak, which is one of my favorite books of 2024, and I reread it earlier this year. In this one, we're following Danny and Micah. Danny is an influencer. I believe she also owns a tequila business. Micah, I think, is an artist. I think the two of them and their art background is how they know each other before their whole friend group. So I'm interested to learn more about that backstory. I also got denied an arc for this, which I think is very rude because I have read Natasha's entire catalog. But I'm gonna let it slide, and I'm still gonna read it when it comes out. I believe the date for this next one is May 19th. I originally had 21st. I don't know which one is correct, but Tapestry of Fate by Shannon Chakraborty. This is the 2nd book in the Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. In that first book, we are following retired pirate Amina, who is trying to live a quiet life at home with her daughter. And suddenly this old woman shows up and is like, I need you to take on this quest. And she's like, I don't do that anymore. And she's like, yeah, but you're gonna. And so Amina has to gather the crew and they set off. I did have an arc of book 1, but I don't think I want to request an arc of book 2 just because I'm not always a huge fan of fantasy novels where we're traveling or like going on a quest to find something, and that's what we're doing in this one. So even though I did enjoy that first book, I think I'm gonna wait till it comes out so that I can listen to the audio rather than reading it with my eyeballs, because that will hold my attention longer. Now, Shannon is hosting, I think she's calling it the Nari and Amina Read Along in 2026. And then she posted something, I believe it's a snippet of book 3 for Amina, that mentions a potential crossover between this and the David trilogy, which is very interesting. And I think a lot of people are going to be excited about it because I believe it will include a character that a lot of people like. I personally don't like this character, so we shall see. And my last definite is set to release on October 6th, Victorious by V.E. Schwab. This is the ending to the Vicious trilogy. Here's the thing, Vicious on its own, fabulous, 5 stars. I loved it. Vengeful, I didn't hate it. I think I still rated it 4 stars, but I think I was just happy to be back in that world with these characters. The ending pissed me off. So I'm gonna need Victoria to fix it because I don't know why she did that in the first place. A lot of people who loved Vicious did not like Vengeful, and so a lot of people are very hesitant to read this last book, and rightfully so, to be totally honest. I don't know where we're going with it. I don't know what the potential ending could be, and obviously I didn't read the synopsis, so I'm gonna read it because I loved Vicious. I also plan to reread Vicious. Not sure if I want to reread Vengeful, but we'll see. In that first book, Vicious, we were following 2 people. They used to be college roommates and best friends. I think it's Victor and Eli. And then something tragic happens and they become enemies and they are out to kill each other. If you haven't read Vicious, and mind you, I'm not a V.E. Schwab fan. This is really the only thing that I've read by her and probably the only thing I will read by her. Definitely pick up Vicious. Now on to my hopefuls. One of these is likely a definite. It was supposed to come out in 2025, but that hasn't happened. I believe the title is going to be Central Secret. This will be the final book in the Mafia Misfits series by Asia Monique. Y'all know that I love this series. It was supposed to come out this December. However, the author had a death in the family and so put everything on pause, rightfully so. Whenever she's ready, I'll be ready. If you don't know about this series, the first book is called Sinful Vow, and it is a series of companion novels about Black mafia families. And they have various ties to different factions of the mafia, so Italian, Irish, Russian, all that. And I love it. It's a great series. I don't think I've rated anything less than 4 stars, and this will be the 8th and final book. This one is definitely coming out in 2026 so far in the summer, but no official release date, and that is Men of Nirvana Book 3 by Phoenix Collins. This is a series of billionaire romances, and I've had arcs of the first 2 as well as the prequel novella. Hopefully I can get an arc of this one as well. This one is following Sebastian Harrington. The first 2 books were about his brother and his father, and this one seems to be sort of a second chance romance, but also they might kind of hate each other right now. I'm excited. The female main character is a wedding planner, so that's exciting for me as well. I'm so excited. I've read 4 books by Phoenix Collins now, and all of them have been fabulous, so I'm really excited to read the ending of this trilogy. Then we have Venom number 3 by Sajni Patel. The first 2 books, A Drop of Venom and A Touch of Blood, I read earlier this year. Really enjoyed them both. I was hoping that the 3rd book would come out early in the year since book 2 came out in like February. I've seen nothing on her Instagram, and I really want to reread the first 2 books also. And so I would like something, even if it's just like spring 2026. Hopefully not fall, but like, you know, just a little something. Give me a little crumb. I just want to know when, okay? That's it. This last one is probably a long shot. I would love if Burning 3, I believe it's supposed to be called Lord of Demons, would come out by Evan Winter, because I buddy read Rage of Dragons with Robin and we both really enjoyed it. We both have the 2nd book now, I think, and I think she sent me the 2nd book, and we were supposed to buddy read that as well, but I want to reread book 1 before I read book 2, and I would also like to read book 2 close to when book 3 is coming out so I can continue. But no, Evan hasn't given us any information, and I didn't read Rage of Dragons until 2024. I think it came out in like 2018 or something, so people have been waiting, okay? I haven't been waiting that long. However, I am starting to get impatient, so hopefully we get some sort of announcement, something, just a little something to hold us over until it's time. So that is everything that I have on my anticipated releases list for 2026. Let me know if you are aware of anything that you know I would like, that I missed. Honestly, I haven't been keeping up, so I probably did miss a few things. I've watched like a couple people's videos and that's like it. I think maybe I've only watched like 3. So let me know, and let me know what some of your anticipated releases are. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.